comfortable?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't pull it
it's
now.
okay. Yeah. Give you my corona.
How's it, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome back to the official Rugby Brew Studio. We're flipping back.
Back at home.
Back at
in the
home.
studio. It's good to be here.
In
We've got the crew.
comfort zone.
It's great, and we just made more improvements as well. We've got brand new gear as well. You know, we're just on the up and up.
We're just thinking out of the box right now. I think we've changed our dynamic, our approach, everything. It's just
innovation,
Feels so much
innovation. To give a shout out to your mates for the saga that happened last week. That's what Rugby Brew is all about.
Man, if you guys haven't seen it, go to our Instagram page and check out one of our highlights from Dicko and Cousins. 40 years! These boys have been supporting the Sharks. Hey, the Sharks, bro. Can I carry on talking about the Sharks? Or we can
You've got about 1.5 minutes to talking about the Sharks.
But
enjoy your victory while it lasts.
Yeah, but thank you, boys. We love the support.
Beautiful.
And please, we love to hear back from everyone because this is a family show. Even let your kiddies watch.
Yeah, get the little kids. You know, have a few beers with your son. You know, get him a little bit sauced up as well, and do a little video with your 3-year-old. You know, whatever it takes.
Rock and roll. It's Rugby Brew. It's a family show.
It is.
So, PJ Powers, after my 4 double shots of coffee this morning, thank you very much. We're looking forward to the rugby this weekend. In about half an hour, the Blues kick off against the Crusaders in Auckland. How do you see that one going?
It's going to be, I don't know, the Blues obviously again are not firing the way they needed to. Beauden Barrett was supposed to be the miracle man and he's chilling on a beach somewhere. So, yeah, I don't see anything happening there.
So you think the Crusaders have got this one?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Crusaders are going to pump them, especially coming off the last week as well. These are going to be hungry.
Well, yeah, they went up against the Chiefs. We'll come to that game a bit later, but man, the Blues did have a nice win against the Waratahs in Australia. Can't say too much about the Australian teams because they're just Australian teams and they're getting worse every season. The Brumbies have held their own a little bit, but it was really disappointing to see the Blues go up 19-5 against the Chiefs in week 1 and then still lose by 8 points or so. And that was at home. So I'll have to back the Crusaders.
Yeah, but also the Chiefs. You're talking about a Chiefs side that's looking strong so far in Super Rugby this year. They're doing something right.
They've got a couple of their old heads back. Aaron Cruden's back in the mix. Man, if there was ever a guy that could control a rugby game at Super Rugby level, it's this man.
Yeah.
He came off the bench against the Blues and he was superb. A week later, he controlled the game against the Crusaders again and they ended up winning by 10 points. What takes me back to the Blues game, they were up by a couple of points, the Chiefs. They were up by 6, and just to put it out of range, you know, they weren't quite hitting their straps on attack in the one phase of play. He drops back in the pocket and he hits it over for 3. Yeah. And he takes it out to 9 points. That's just beautiful game management. Now, if you look at the comparison to what you've seen with the Bulls, man, these guys have not progressed, all right? Look at the Chiefs. They've got Brad Webb on the bench. They've got Aaron Cruden on the bench. They're becoming innovative. They're scoring tries. The Bulls, how can you go down 0 points? And all Morné Steyn is doing is he's kicking to corners, kicking up and unders. These guys aren't trying to...
There's nothing creative. There's no spark. It's just they've got one set game plan, that Bulls game plan, and they're just sticking to it. We're gonna just fucking do this.
But when are South African teams gonna learn that you can't send off one-off runners to bash through a wall? It's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, we say the Springboks played a very simple game in the World Cup, and it worked. Yes, they did. It was a very simple, high-pressure game. They threw the pack of forwards. It worked. It did. Super Rugby is different. You have to score tries in this competition. There's no way you can play like the Springboks did for 14, 15, 18 weeks and expect to win the competition. This is a different competition. First of all, you don't have a caliber of that 15 in one provincial team. Second of all, bro, that kind of a game it's energy sapping.
Yeah.
You cannot get up 18 weeks in a row and play rugby like that. Morné Steyn needs to take a break. Marnie Libbok needs to step up, and they need to change it. They need to change it, or they're going to be in for another flippin' shitty season like they did in '98, where they got relegated.
It's a very good point. And if you look at it, the only South African team that's done the best in Super Rugby in the last few years has been the Lions. And
100%.
because they've played that expansive game, yes, they've They lost in the finals. They couldn't close it out. But it
100%.
got them there. No one was playing.
Do you know, the Sharks right now, they've gone and scored 5 tries on the Highlanders. But I fear from what I saw against the Bulls in week 1, and when they come back and they play their home games against the local teams, they go straight back into the shell, they kick for the corner, and they try to bash through that head-to-head. What might be our saving grace is we don't have our bully boys anymore. So we don't have the Willem Alberts, the Coetzee, the Bismarcks, the Beasts, the Dupree twins. We don't have those bone-crushing bully boys anymore.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the mindset's a little bit changed. Notch has brought in a couple of no-look passes with the back row. Boys are looking to play. Our only bully boy left is Andre Esterhuizen, but slowly, I think he hopefully will change.
But
So-
I think they're also making it work of him because he's that guy who's going to get over
Yeah,
the
but-
advantage line, and they're going to look for offloads.
If you look at the
Support
Sharks
him out
tries,
there.
4 of them were mistakes from the Highlanders, turnovers, and 1 was well created. So we've shown a little bit of enterprise, but coming back to the Lions, I think they managed to score 3 or 4 tries in a very wet Ellis Park.
With about 2 fans in the seats.
With about 2
It's disappointing, but anyways, let's talk about the rugby rather.
But yeah, but they showed some good enterprise, and they're always looking to score. They were clever with the tries, so they scored in different ways. Clever grubber kicks, using the ball, keeping it tight when they needed to. So the Lions played. I think the match of the weekend is the Lions versus the Stormers. It's going to be 3:00 kickoff in South Africa in Joberg. Stormers have a couple of injuries. Bongi's out for the season.
Yeah.
I think another one of the loose trio, I can't remember the guy's name now. He's also out. The number 6, Coetzee. So, and Herschel Yankees, I don't think he's going to play the scrum off. So, I think the Lions are going to upset them. I really do. I don't think the Stormers looked good against the Crusaders. The Hurricanes. They haven't conceded a point, but I think the Lions are going to do them.
I agree, and not just being a Lions fan, I'm backing the boys to upset the Stormers. It's a younger side, they struggled a little bit, they got pumped in Argentina, but there's just something about that Lions setup where these guys can come back and they can make it work, and they can win a game like that as well. Expansive rugby. I believe in the Lions. I think they're going to pull it off.
What do you think the Sharks' chances are against the Hurricanes? Hurricanes had a very good win in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. For the Sharks fan, what's been nice, the Hurricanes played the first game in Cape Town, they've then flown to RG's, and now they have to fly back to the Cape Town. So they've had, quite a bit of travelling, and now they've come home to play the Sharks, who've had maybe a bit more of a rest in terms of travel. But what do you think?
I think the Canes by a try.
I think the Sharks have one more high energy game like they did against the Highlanders, where they were on them like white on rice. Man, that energy level was superb. And I don't know if it's this weekend. My gut tells me, or my head tells me, probably Hurricanes to pull through for the victory.
Shame on you.
But no, my heart's
You're
there.
sitting here in a Sharks
My heart's
jersey.
there, bro.
Yeah, I know.
My heart's there. I love the Sharks. Sporting them 40 years, like my mate Dicko and cousins. Very good law firm. You've got to try them out. Any sort of legal issues, please, guys. Dicko and cousins.
We've got like 22 followers, and none of them have any. Well, there actually might be a few that have some legal issues. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
If you're following us, you've got issues.
Yeah. If you've watched this video till this point, you've got issues.
Six Nations. What do you think? Past weekend, I think the match that stood out for me. I know they're on the bye week this week, but the match that stood out for me was Ireland-Wales.
Yeah, it was a great game. Those type of games, it feels like it's that grudge match, I really enjoyed it.
It's just a pity about Ireland. They're a bit like the Proteas. They were peaking World Cup season, and now they're back on the win. Back how we used to be. The Proteas are pretty crap now overall, but they didn't bring their A game to the last year's World Cup, and I think.
Also, one thing I noticed in that game, it seems like these Northern Hemisphere sides, the Ireland, Wales, that used to always play that Northern Hemisphere rugby, they're being a little bit more expansive now.
Yeah, they are.
That I just spit right in your eye.
No,
That's
I'm
like
not.
straight Corona. I watched it in slow motion. Corona.
It was like a missile.
Yeah, just sprayed you. But it seems like the Northern Hemisphere sides are just playing a little bit more expansive,
They are.
they
Listen,
have to.
their level really has improved. If you look at the Aviva Premiership versus the Currie Cup, listen, 10 years ago we would have nailed those teams. Now, we've got no chance. Aviva has really come up heaps and bounds. Look at our Brisbane Super Rugby team. 2-on-1 scenario, Colonel Hendricks can't even find Roscoe Speck when he passes it inside to a Stormers player. For goodness sake, when are we going to learn to take our opportunities?
Basic.
For goodness sake.
Yeah, Hendricks had a shocker as well, dropping that ball on the line. He's done it before.
Why didn't we even bring that up? Sorry.
And he's a great player, but just
he's a Springbok. He's got heaps of test caps. I can't believe it. When are we going to get better like that? I don't know. Madosh Tambe, he did it well. He did the little jigger inside to Makazola Mampipi. But the Sharks took his chance.
We always bring it back to the Sharks. It doesn't matter where the conversation
Pride and joy,
goes.
mate. Pride and joy.
Back to the Sharks, he did something well. They won a few games and now they're the best Super Rugby side in the world. Come on.
Man, it's the first time that the Sharks actually took all their opportunities in the match. But anyway, coming back to the Six Nations, yes, they play a lot smarter and in unfavourable conditions. They managed to put 4 tries on the Welsh. So very, very good outcome. They've got a tough one against England in 2 weeks, or next weekend, sorry. France managed to have some consistency in their life. Remy Vakatawa still changing lives, taking souls.
But their forwards are looking strong as well. They got that new coach as well.
Fabian Gaultier, the former scrum-off captain. Sean Edwards.
Sean Edwards. He's made a difference.
Massive difference.
So you can see it. So the French, Froggies are looking okay. Okay. All right, it's good. Keep the drunk Rugby Brew post coming because that's actually what it's really about. We'll keep it coming as well. We're coming live a little bit later on as well. Coming in hot, festive.
Thank you, boys and girls. And please, as PJ Powers just stated, send in your love, send in your request, tell us what you want, and we'll do it. We're not going anywhere.